don't get the hate for it. It's not related to the first one, as if people have never heard of horror anthology series before. It's as if this is a new concept. It's not. It's been around since cinema.
And then it's the Dr. Hill thing as well. And
Peter
it's just
Stormare. Hi everybody and welcome to episode 165 of High Scores, High Stakes, the podcast that doesn't just play games, but it spends far too long sitting on the couch watching reveals of them too. I'm your host as always, Mr. Lava Lava, and with me is one of my co-hosts.
It's me,
Hey,
paying for early access. It's Tomahawk. How are we doing, Lava?
I'm alright, mate. It has been, let's just say May/June has
May's
been
the worst month ever, hasn't it?
Really has. Yes.
Like, genuinely the worst month. I like this little hiatus that we're on, but also at the same time, like, I want season 6 finished.
Me too.
I just want it done.
It's hit the point where I'm like, season 6 must die.
But, like, I'm enjoying the stuff we've been putting out all the same. But I feel as if now that the traction is well and truly lost with season 6.
It's gone. No one's going to care by the time that comes out. And speaking of when it is going to come out, you can, if you're watching the video version, you will recognize only as two of us. And for the last couple of episodes, there's only been one of us, me or Tom. It has been one of those 5-6 week periods where life has lifed. People have got sick. Kids have got sick. Everyone's been sick. Everyone's been busy. And just getting all three of us together to play the finale game and then talk about the finale and then get that episode out is proven absolutely impossible. I was going to make the commitment that next week will be the finale, but as of time of record, that is up in the air. We are hoping, I'm praying that next week is the finale episode, but we're going to have to play that by ear, I think, Tomahawk. But it is coming. It is coming really, really soon, and we promise you the finale game will be worth the wait. And when I pick up my third cup, the first person to do it in the history of High Scores, High Stakes, I will dedicate it to the lost weeks.
I mean, it will be the best live streamed coin toss of who wins season 6 you'll ever see.
I know. The only question is, it has been such a gap between, I can't remember what episode 11 was. I can't remember what the last game we played was. You know that? But the gap has been so large. Where's the motivation here? This is like footballers, they go on their holidays and then come back and it's pre-season. You can tell that no one cares. I just hope that doesn't happen here because season 6 has been fairly competitive, especially between me and you.
Very competitive, yeah.
But yeah, season 6 will come to an end. If not next Monday, then almost certainly the Monday after.
Manifest
almost
good vibes, guys.
Yes.
That's all we can do is manifest good vibes.
In the comments, just put hashtag good vibes, and that will help get us over the line when it comes to season 6. But tonight, Tomahawk, today, we are not here to talk season 6. I have no interest in season 6 right now because it is Jeff Keighley's, not E3, but definitely still E3 Summer Games Fest.
E3 repackaged and in early access beta formats. Yeah, it's Summer Games Fest week. Well, at time of record will be Summer Games Fest tomorrow.
Yes.
So yeah, however you want to work that.
Yes.
And we did a state of play. We had a Sony state of play at the start of this week as well. It's been excellent. We're eating good.
Yes, we are, and that's what we're going to talk about. Talk. We'll talk about the whole show in like brief swathes.
Strokes,
but what we will do is we'll pick a couple of games each, the games that we're most looking forward to, or the games that we like the look of most from what Sony showed. So I was going to say, let's get into it, but let's not get into it because Tomahawk, as we already know, as we're well versed in High Scores, High Stakes, every episode is somebody's first episode. So let's tell them who we are and what we do and what we just spent the last couple of minutes talking about. We are High Scores, High Stakes, the internet's only competitive PlayStation podcast, where myself, Tomahawk, and Cardinal Smith compete against one another in a PlayStation Gaming Challenge League table where every week we pick a game and play a challenge in that game. Winner gets 3 points, second place gets 2 points, third place gets 1 point. Whoever is top of the league at the end of the season, which is 12 weeks, wins the coveted, the highly sought after, the keeping Tomahawk's D&D dice nice and safe, the high scores, high stakes cup. It's there. And that is what we're playing for. That is who we are, and that is what we do. We also talk all things PlayStation, all things gaming, and the last Monday of every month is our deep dive review game of the month club. That is who we are. That is what we do, folks. But tonight, we are here to talk about the Sony State of Play for summer 2026, the showcase that always kicks off Summer Games Fest and usually kicks it off in pretty good style. The question is, Tomahawk, was this year a really good show, or was it a pretty bad show? So let's not waste any more of our time or our listeners' time, and let's look at the show as a whole. Let's go. Okay, Tomahawk, Summer Games Fest, Jeff Keighley's. We don't need E3 anymore. The world has moved on, so let's make E3. Basically, that's what Summer Games Fest is. He gives the games developers, the publishers, the hardware manufacturers a stage and gives them a time frame of usually about 2 hours of where they can show their wares. It is E3 in all but name. But Sony came out on Tuesday night. Wasn't it Tuesday?
Yes,
Tuesday. It was Tuesday night.
The 2nd of June.
10 p.m. GMT. And they came out swinging with a show that lasted 1 hour and 15 minutes, if memory serves me right. And from my count, including the reveals for PlayStation Plus catalog, they showed 24 games. And I believe, Tomahawk, you are the only one of us that is organized, and you're the only one with any sort of journalistic integrity here. So you have them in order of appearance. What we're going to do is we'll talk about them, just every game individually, very, very briefly, and then we'll pick a couple of games each that we're most looking forward to. So, Tomahawk, tell me what game opened the summer showcase.
Well, this one actually was like a kind of a double header, but we got a extended look into Wolverine, September release.
Yes,
15th or 16th of September. I want to say
it's the second or third Thursday. Yeah, I can't remember the exact.
We basically just got extended fighting, actual like in-game fighting as well. A little team combo with Jean Grey, and then just a big montage of Wolverine, action shots and gore and viscera.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like, if there's a way to start off a show, like I know Wolverine's been the big one for the last couple of years, at least anyway, of their showcases.
Since it was leaked, they've done really good sort of damage control on Wolverine. They've showed because that leak showed it at it was a pre-alpha build, so it was going to look terrible. But they've really taken great care to show this game.
They've controlled the narrative. Best. I think it's been really, really strong from Sony and from Insomniac as well. So we got an awful lot of like in-game stuff, and it's very much as opposed to like Sony, as opposed to like Spider-Man sandbox vibe. It's gonna have I think this is gonna be a pretty hardcore linear hack and slash, effectively, and I'm all for that. The way the game's kind of pointing me now.
Yeah, at the time of watching the show, because we live streamed this on Twitch, and at the time I was like, yeah, it looks really good, and it does. It looks fantastic, but it also looks exactly what you'd imagine an Insomniac Wolverine game to look like. And I think during the stream, I was like, I'm really excited for Wolverine, and it's exactly what I expect. I don't know, I just feel like I expect it more. But it looks great. What they showed off here looks amazing. Except for Jean Grey, seemingly having the same character model as MJ and Spider-Man. She looked identical. It looks really, really, really good. It really does. I don't know who's voicing Wolverine in it, but from what I heard, it seems to be doing a really good job. Graphically outstanding. The healing factor effect is great. One thing I don't like, and I will say this, because I rewatched the trailers there just before record, the suit heals. Don't like that.
The suit heals. It doesn't make any sense that the suit heals. I like maybe
why.
if you had like a go and repair the suit as like a, like in Spider-Man where you can just click a button in the menu and you repair it that way. That would be handier. But it's a silly mechanic to linger on, really. But I was very kind of taken aback at the time as well. But I think there's going to be so much blood and gore and everything on top of you. You're not going to notice it all too much, I think. But yeah, that's that. We got that a super strong start in the game there, and then we kind of bundled it up with imagery and a bit more. The Doom, the Council of Doom got a showcase for Fighting Souls for Tokon.
Yeah, the Knights of Doom. Yeah, the Knights of Doom. Yeah. I'm telling you, right? See, this game is a day one buy. Every time I see this game, it just looks better and better and better. It just looks amazing. The closed beta that I played was really strong, like really strong. It was messy that you would expect from a beta, but when it was done, you had compulsory sort of give us your feedback, and I give feedback on it. It just has the potential to be one of the biggest fighting games ever. I think it just looks amazing.
Like it's arc fighting.
Yeah, it's Arc System Works. Yeah. So you know exactly what you're going to get here. It's going to feel like Guilty Gear. It does feel so much like Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Oh yeah.
It really does, but it has its own. It's Marvel, and it has a really unique art style. It's like Marvel meets Japanese like manga style. It just looks incredible. The roster is just crazy.
It looks so good. To be fair, I think I said on the stream as well. It was like, this looks chaotic. This looks not messy. It just looks like it's full of chaos, and there's a lot going on. And I think the proof of this one will be in the playing, but I can imagine everything will be rock solid, and there'll be not a single pixel like out of place or something on the screen happening that won't be out of place that way. So amazing. It was amazing start to see, and just it's got to be a button basher for those not versed in those like Arc System games.
Yeah,
it's going to be chaos. But I think we had fun with Fighter Z. I'm definitely going to have fun with Tokon as well.
Yeah.
And this is weird because I thought that they would have like paired this with, because I know earlier in the day or the day before they announced the price point for the fight stick. I kind of thought that they would have maybe bundled that in with like a little bit of a tech.
They've already done it.
Showcase of it as well.
They've already done that. They've done that when they announced the stick, the monitor, and all that. There's no point. If people can't make the link between a fighting game and a new fighting stick, then no amount of state of plays is going to save that situation.
True. Plus, I think as well, if you're starting off like this, the summer of gaming, basically you don't want to bog down. It basically needs to be
with it. You don't need hardware talk and
all right. Yeah, no hardware necessarily. Like so,
and the blog post from
what happened after Tokon then? So that has an August 6th release then. So I think then we went straight into the reveal for Rayman. The full title. I didn't write the full title down, but we're getting a Rayman Legends remake. Retold.
Yeah. So this one's interesting because I thought when I heard that they were doing this, I thought it was going to be a Rayman Legends remake. It is not that. It is a completely new game, just also called Rayman Legends. It's not the same game as what came out on the PlayStation 4. I do believe that this one supports 4-player couch co-op, which is quite cool. And
Sherry had said something about this. They're doing couch co-op. It's not going to have an online function.
Yeah, and I believe one of the editions also packs in Rayman Origins as well.
Okay.
So I think it's £32 and it comes out October the 1st, I think, is the release date for it. I've never been a fan of Rayman. I think I made my feelings clear on Rayman during the stream. I like Rayman Legends. I thought Rayman Legends and Rayman Origins were both really, really great platformers, but I have absolutely zero excitement for this at all.
1st of October it releases as well. Like is it maybe a nostalgia thing for like the people like Sherry or something, and it's gonna sell a few copies? And
I mean, maybe. I mean, I remember playing Rayman on the PlayStation 1, never really cared for it, It was just far too hard a game. It will sell. It will sell. It just. I think you said it during the stream. This strikes me as the final death throes of Ubisoft, where they're just throwing everything at the wall to try to scrap back a little bit of coin. To be honest, I don't know if there was a massive market for people who out there who wanted a Rayman Legends reimagining, but here we are. I don't know.
That's it. It was one of those. It looks good. It'll play well, I imagine. It looks really, really good in this like new 3D space. Like so, like I mean, it was a bit of a non-event. You kind of got a good rise with like the Marvel IPs, and then we've just been like, and there's something familiar.
Yeah,
it's out again. It's out soon. We're in that like early quarter 3 window.
It was good placement for it. You know, it kind of gets
you're engaged
lost.
At this point. The first 2 games, you're well and truly engaged, and then to go, here's something that most people found beloved. Do you want to buy it?
Yeah. It got lost. I actually, until I was researching, I forgot about this game, to be honest. I really did.
Well, since we're talking about games we forgot about, I was looking at what I had next on the list there. Banco, which is the Dave the Diver prequel. Game. Completely forgot that this game was in the showcase.
The chef game. Is it a Dave the Diver prequel? I thought it was completely
Dave the Diver prequel, yeah.
Good Lord. That's why it looked exactly like it. It looked okay. There
was nothing. I think at that point in the stream we were having a few audio problems, so I actually couldn't hear anything that was said for that section. But it was very, you got that sort of action-y comic book panels, like flash cuts, and then he goes into his restaurant, and then it's kind of, it was like I knew rightly, we're getting more Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
Just not a game that vibed. It isn't a game that vibed with me. It's not so much the game's problem. But I will wait until it's on PlayStation Plus, probably.
Yeah, I'm the same. I have tried Dave Diver. I can see why loads of people love it. I like the cooking section. I didn't like the fishing section.
Yes, that's right, because we talked about this on the stream as well. You like the cooking, cooking mini game part, like the Overcooked section, whereas I quite liked the sort of Subnautica side of things, where you were like exploring and doing the hunting and stuff. So, I mean, it's fine. It's on PlayStation Plus. I will dip into it maybe as a cozy game to do something. But yeah, Banco the Chef, we're getting that in. I think that's 2027 as well. So a while out on that one. Then another one that is coming out in 2027. This is a new IP, would we say?
Yes.
Kamuri?
Yeah. That's what I thought was coming next.
The 3-player yokai hunting co-op shooter, or would you call it a shooter? Not really.
No. It's a hard one. This was one of the games I sort of went looking for this afternoon, because I couldn't remember what it was called, but I just typed in, it's Sony PlayStation State of Play, and yeah, it's a strange one. It is like a class-based supernatural like adventure game. It looks really interesting. It kind of sounds, the concept of it is you 2 other players, you get contracts to go and hunt yokai in, it looks like a city, it's like
it'll be like Tokyo or some sort of version of Tokyo. Yeah,
you go pick up a contract, you go hunt this yokai, and then you reap your rewards for it. It sounds in concept like Monster Hunter, but when you see the game being played, it couldn't look any less like Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
So it's class based, and I was reading up on it. So there's 3 different classes, but they all sound like they have their own obviously unique play style, but it also sounds like they all have very specific roles to perform within the hunt. I mean, you were talking just before record. It sounds like the game that Evolve, if everyone remembers that. It sounds like the Evolve that was promised rather than the Evolve that was delivered. Yeah, it looks really interesting. The director for it as well is Akumi Nakamura, who worked on she worked on The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo and stuff like that. So there's pedigree there. It looks really good. Like it looks like a video game. It looks like a video game.
Yeah, I think I said it looks very like it looks like it's going to sort of play like it has this arcade anime kind of style, and as you say, like it's all class based. So I feel as if like not everyone can just pick one class and then just brute force your way through it. It's all going to have to coexist in a multi-skill, basically. I liked it. It was very much. It looked very much like a proof of life kind of trailer more than anything.
It was a huge vertical slice, because it was just this. Look at this boss. Look at these sort of things that the characters are all doing. Because there was like segments of that video where they were running vertically up buildings and stuff like that. It looked awesome. It really did look really good. I'm quite excited.
The only sort of way that it looked, I think I said it on the stream as well, was it kind of gave me this aesthetic that we were just going to get a repackaged free to play Concord. It just kind of took me off guard. Like that was like, oh no, are they gonna just give us Concord here? And then we got the sort of Yokai Hunter basis, and I went, oh no, we're not. Thank the Lord, we're not getting Concord.
It's a funny one because I got sort of vibes of, I can't remember, was it Elden Ring? Was it called Night Rain?
Night Rain, yeah.
That's the vibes I got from it. It looks kind of like a hyper stylized, hyper sort of a lot of vertical sort of an aerial sort of combo version of that. That's the vibes I got for it. It seems like a very Japanese take on the multiplayer genre.
But it's good to see though, because we've got this, and we've also got the Horizon 3-player
Hunters Unite.
Yeah, it's another class-based shooter as well. So we're good. I think this is like the new norm of having these 3-player co-op games.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. To be honest,
making the jokes during the stream that Sony have adapted their business model because Sherry left, so we need more 3-player games.
R.I.P. Sherry.
He's still alive. What was next? What was after Kamuri?
After Kamuri, we got Legacy of Atlantis, the new Tomb Raider, the first of our 2 new Tomb Raiders that we're getting.
Yeah, which looks amazing.
This is a delayed release. I think this one was promised for late 2026.
Yeah, it was just when it was announced. It was just 2026, so it's been delayed.
So now we've got a February 27 window for this one, and I think this one looks incredible. Again, it's all like cinematic. It's all VT stuff. Now, whether or not that's going to be in-game sequences,
some of it appeared. A lot of it seemed to be in game, which there was a lot of R2 prompts and stuff appearing on screen. If memory serves me correctly, in this one, this one is the remake of the original game, so it is. But it looks absolutely incredible. Like it looks really good. I have every hope
because obviously we had like the Survivor trilogy after this, and then we've had a few, like, you know, Tomb Raider's kind of got this big resurgence with like the Netflix anime and the Amazon series and stuff as well. I think this is like kind of the Resident Evil methodology of just remake it, shore it up, make the story flow better. Whereas like obviously the original one was just here's a set piece and here's a set piece, and we're just going to kind of weave something together. This will have a bit more of a standing on its own 2 feet narrative, I hope.
I don't know. The original Tomb Raider's got a pretty strong story, in my opinion.
No, but like you get it in little tiny bits in between, whereas I think that they'll push it as a proper narrative.
I think that's just it. It's just a sign.
It's a limitation of the time. Yeah.
But it had a
if they don't,
story.
My hot take for this before we move on to the next game: if they don't have an underground pyramid skate park boss fight, I'm getting a refund.
That's gone. That is absolutely gone. Skater is gone. There's no way they're bringing that back. But no, Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. And they took great pride, I think, in showing off one of the most iconic moments in PlayStation history. They must have watched that episode of ours with the Lost Valley, the redesigned T-Rex, the redesigned Velociraptors. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. I'm really excited for that.
keeping the dinosaur theme.
Yes.
You're quite excited to talk about this one now. We joked every avenue on our live stream that we could that is this going to be the Dino Crisis? Is this going to be the remake that Lova has been vying for? And it wasn't.
No, not at all. It might be better.
However, it might actually be better now. So the scape picture being painted was child in the backseat of the car playing with the dinosaur figures. It then kind of does this like stuttery cut, and then they're in the forest. This like the ground has been split, this fence is bust open, and I see flares, I see rocks being thrown at dinosaurs, I see pterodactyls. We're getting Alien Isolation but with dinosaurs.
This is Alien Isolation but with dinosaurs 100%. This is the game that got me excited the most. If I was going to pick one game, I'm buying day one based on the back of this show, or what game I thought had the best showing. It's this.
It had the most legs, I think.
It's this. We were watching it and we were like, this is... I said this is Alien Isolation with dinosaurs, and then I made the joke about me writing an article on the Mr. Lova Lova blog donkeys years ago about movies that should have a game like Alien Isolation, and one of them was Jurassic Park. This is that game.
Yeah.
Right? I think my pitch for that, we'll put the link to that article in the show notes. But I think
he has it on a hotkey.
I think my pitch for that was you were Dr. Grant with the Lex and the other kid, Tim, and you had to guide them back to safety through Jurassic Park while it's being hunted by dinosaurs. This is what this looks like. And it's also like, there's just so many. I was reading all about it. So it's being directed by Gary Napper. If you don't know who Gary Napper is, he was one of the creative leads for Alien Isolation with Creative Assemblies. So the pedigree for this genre is right up there, because in my opinion, Alien Isolation is one of the best horror games ever made. I won't call it survival horror because it's not survival horror, but just reading about his design philosophy for this game is it's not open world. The dinosaurs are the enemies, obviously, but they're not movie monsters. They are animals, and they will act like animals. So I'm expecting to see dinosaurs hunting each other and getting in each other's ways.
You're just going to be in the middle, like. So I like this idea, as opposed to giving them an AI that's going to hunt you down. They're going to attack if you're in the way. Well, to a degree, they probably will.
I'm sure that the Alien Isolation, because to my knowledge, no other game has used the Alien Isolation AI. It's never been trademarked, but I don't believe anyone's used it because it was really sophisticated and apparently really system intensive, because there was 2 or 3 different AIs all working at the same time when it comes to Alien Isolation.
It's like one that knows where you are, one that doesn't know where you are, and one that has to fill in the gaps either ways. But the one that knows where you are and doesn't know where you are, they don't exist codependently. So a third one has to loop it kind of together. It's very tech wizardry.
But this game looks absolutely incredible. The Lost Wild just looks like what you would expect Alien Isolation to look like on a modern system. It just looks... It looks incredible. The premise, I think, is just absolutely fantastic. Is just survive a world full of dinosaurs.
I like, though, we did sort of say, is it just like right before the title card of Lost Wild hit, I thought, this seems a bit like, love Jurassic Park, but Jurassic Park is not very, it's the thought of danger where there's not very much of it, and if there is danger, it's not very scary or visceral or anything like that. Whereas this one, I feel as if is going to be like, it's Jurassic Park in all but name, and I think that's probably going to serve it better.
I think it will. I think not having the weight of a movie license on top of it can only do it good. Yeah, it can only do it good if it doesn't have the weight of a movie franchise. I think when they announced Alien Isolation, I think the fact that it was called Alien put them under great pressure to make a game absolutely fantastic. They've proved, Napper has proved he knows how to do that, and I have nothing but high hopes for this game. I think this game could be an absolute winner.
We'll definitely be keeping an eye. This is one of my big honorable mentions on that as well. Another one on my honorable mentions as well, and I've been doting over this game forever and a day, and it's only getting delayed by like 3 weeks. Phantom Blade Zero.
Yeah, it looks great. Wait, again, this.
As soon as I saw that S game splash card and just more, like, this one actually didn't give much narrative away. It just kind of showed more combat and more variations of combat. And next thing you know, it had your main character. I think he's called Zero. I think the main character is called Zero. Just put the baby in a sling and then starts fighting.
That was awesome. So
I was just sitting there going, like, I know for the last couple of years we've just been having like in this parental gaming arc at the minute now, but I'm all for it. Like the discourse of this game, like being accused of just being AI and not existent, and we're never going to get this game, to we are 4 months from this game.
Yeah, now. We are, and I think at the end of it, they announced there's going to be a dedicated state of play to Phantom Blade Zero. Near the end of the summer, I believe so.
Well. It's going to get a full in-depth. Like, I think if you've got like kung fu masters all chipping in onto this game, I think there's going to be something like 200 weapon styles, and they're all going to be independent of each other as well. Like, it's going to be. I said this in February. If they pull this off, it could be one of the best, like, hack and slashers.
It could be
of all time, if not definitely in the modern day.
It's a funny game, because I remember when this was originally announced. Sorry, people were like, "Oh, this is an AI game. This game doesn't exist." It looks better now than what it did even in that initial. It looks incredible. It looks like a Kojima game, which is the highest praise.
You're right. Yes, I don't know much of the story. I think the first major trailer we got was what can you do with 60 Days to Live, and we've kind of just gone away from whatever story might be, and I think we're just enjoying. I think we're just enjoying the combat and like everything else that's gone into the mechanic side of things more than anything. So, this is in October. I think early October now.
October 29th.
October 29th.
October 29th,
so this was the laugh, and most of the games that we're dropping were going to be around the October 1st, October 2nd window.
Between October 1st and October 15th, every game seems to be coming out, apart from like one or two. And we all know why. It's because of Grand Theft Auto 6. The specter of Grand Theft Auto 6 is hanging over the whole industry.
And that's it now. And even that is now becoming a very real thought now. So
I know. Big decisions are going to have to be made this.
So next up, we have the console release for Dune Awakening.
Yo!
I liked the movies. Cardinal Smith said the game was pretty good.
Yeah, by all accounts, the game's meant to be really good.
They are. I didn't write the date down on this one, but I think this is coming late or into 2027.
No, it's September 22nd.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. It's September 22nd. It's going to PlayStation.
Wow, like we laughed at some of these games were coming thick and fast. I didn't realize how thick and fast they're actually coming. But this looks like we've got the online functionality, but I think they've now added in a single player mode as well.
So this is like, I'm presuming this is why it's took so long, because if memory serves me right, Dune Awakening came out on PC maybe last September. It seems like a long time ago. For those who don't know what this is, it's an extraction online shooter. Well, kind of like an MMO mixed with an extraction shooter. But yeah, that was the big announcement here. It's coming to console, and it's going to have a single player mode that has a full story. What that story entails, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's weird because this is like set in a multiversal version of what the canon Dune series is.
Non-canonical. It's kind of like the extended universe of Star Wars is the vibe I get from Dune Awakening.
I think I remember this. I remember a trailer for this at one point. It was like, oh, Paul Atreides, he died, and boo, everything bad happened. So here's the fallout of what happened there. Like, he never became Lisan al-Gaib, and Arrakis is fallen into disarray or whatever. So you're just a guy.
Yeah.
So the premise sounds cool.
What I've seen of it and what I've heard of it, it does look pretty. It looks great. Where team up with your mates, go out into the Arrakis wilds and try to get spice in order to become rich, effectively. But just the some of the like procedural gameplay moments I've seen in Dune look great. Like where there's a bunch of guys, out trying to deal with a worm, and then some boys just fly in one of those like mosquito helicopter things and just annihilates them. You know what I mean? It looks fun. Is it for me? No.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. It's kind of like how I feel about Arc Raiders. I want to play it, but by the time it comes to console, will I have missed the boat already? Will the ceiling be too high at this point?
Arc is on console. Released on console?
It is, but I have no interest.
Sorry, yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah, now that I'm sitting there thinking with Arc, do I want to get it? I'm like, no, at this point, either everyone's already played it and don't want anything to do, or the people who have committed to it are going to be too good.
Yeah, running like criminal empires. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. There is a game next. I want to skip it if I have your permission, because I have no interest in it. You have no interest in it. I'm pretty sure, according to our demographics, our listeners don't want to listen to it. It's Dynasty Warriors 3.
Dynasty Warriors. Again, yeah, skip it. It's Dynasty Warriors.
Okay, let's skip it for something that we have a bit of a vested interest in this one now. No Rest for the Wicked.
Yes.
The asymmetric top-down RPG style Souls-like thing.
Yes.
Is coming to console in a 1.0 release.
Yeah, so it's finally a 1.0. Like, this is an interesting one. So this is from Moon Studios. If you don't know who they are, they're the guys that made the Ori games, Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and Will of the Wisps, which are two fantastic Metroidvanias. I recommend them to anybody if you have the means to play them. But yeah, this is basically an isometric Souls-like.
Yeah, that was how I remember the original brief when it was in PC Early Access, yeah.
But by all accounts, this is a great game that was hindered by poor performance on PC, on some PCs, a lower sort of spec PCs it struggled with. I'm hoping that with 1.0, Moon have figured all this out and it finally performs on lower spec machines. This is a game that's been sat on my Steam wish list for the best part of for over a year now, because I think it came out like last April. So it was. I'm fairly sure it was last April, maybe the April before.
I think it's longer than that. I think it's been early access for about 18 months now.
Yeah, and it's been sitting on my Steam wish list, and I've been wanting to pull the trigger on it because I like the look of this game and I like the sort of promise of this game, but apparently it ran like dirt.
It ran like dog on
deck.
On a lot of the systems, yeah.
But now it's coming to PlayStation 5 in October. Yeah.
It gives me a lot of confidence when you see 1.0, because I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, either when I was streaming or on a previous episode, that these games sit in their little comfort zone of like a 5-year early access. Oh, it was when we did our Spell Brigade episode, because they were only in early access for about a year, 18 months as well, and they've come out and it's a very, very stable product. I'm hoping when you have a end date and say this is when we go 1.0, this is the version 1, the optimized version.
Well,
to come to console as well.
I'm presuming it is, because one of the notes that they put onto the blog post on this was that it has a completely reimagined class system. So this is an RPG where you build a class. There's predetermined starting points for each class, obviously, but you can class your character in a way you want, and this has completely redesigned it. So I'm hoping that means that there must have been balancing issues or something, so they've kind of went back to the drawing board a little bit. That's what's postponed it on console, because we were contacted when this was going into early access about the potential of interviewing a few of the people, but we couldn't commit to it, and we never got round to it. It's just been one of those games that, it was brought to our attention rather than organic.
We went fishing for it, exactly. Yeah, this is the first time with that, I think, in a capacity outside of just the normal podcast that I've connected with some of these people on like LinkedIn. This is the weirdest part. And then I remember that we got an email about, we worked on this and we've stumbled upon the podcast. And I remember there was a big spike in listenership, and it just happened to be where Moon Studios were based.
yeah, Ukraine, I think it was. But yeah, no, it's a funny one. I like the look of No Rest for the Wicked. I like the promise that it makes. The reviews on Steam for it they're all over the place, really, but unanimously, no one complains about the quality of the game. It's the performance. So if they've finally sorted that out, I'm all for this. Will it be a day one purchase for me? No, because it comes out in October, because everything's coming out in October.
Everything, yeah. This is like the choice paralysis that October brings.
Decisions are going to have to be made this autumn, and for me, No Rest for the Wicked will be a 2027 purchase rather than 2026.
Yeah.
But it will be purchased.
Well, the next game doesn't necessarily have the October problem, at least anyway.
Okay.
Onimusha 3 drops early to mid-September.
The Way of the Sword, this is Onimusha, I want to say 4. Because Onimusha 3 was a PlayStation 2 game because it starred Jean Reno. People forget this. I think this might be 4, unless the PSP game might be considered. I don't know if it's a prequel or a sequel, but no, I think this is 4. The Way of the Sword.
So Way of the Sword, I think, was the official title for this then. But
it looks incredible.
I honestly, we are Capcom shills in this podcast. It is known. It is in the tomes. Capcom have had probably one of the strongest years any game developer has had in recent memory.
I would go as far as saying for the last, I don't know how many years, at least the last 5, 7, 8, they've been absolutely killing it.
Unstoppable.
They have been
unstoppable.
Relentlessly great. And I have no reason to feel that streak is going to come to an end with Onimusha Way of the Sword.
Like especially when Capcom have come off the back of, they've released a new mainline Resident Evil game. They released a brand new IP in Pragmata as well. And then we are also coming back with a new Onimusha game. Like, I think I played Onimusha once back on the PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah.
And I think I just have never really touched it. There's a demo. A demo dropped pretty much straight after the state of play as well.
Once the trailer ended, that demo went live. That demo is live right now. It's like it's 20 minutes. It gets you to a boss at least anyway. But like Capcom have just they're not small time. What they've put out in 6 months, 3 massive games. Yeah,
killing it. They are absolutely killing it. The problem is they are an Eastern studio. They're not winning Game of the Year, or they're not going to be in contention for Game of the Year. Just as a matter of fact.
I don't know. The Keeley just goes with the public opinion on Game of the Year, and Requiem will be in the conversation.
You would hope. And Requiem as well has got, they dropped an arcade shooter at the start of May as well, and I've been DLC in the works as well. So lots going on. And Capcom, this is just another feather for them at the minute.
Yeah, and if anyone from Capcom is listening, highscoreshighstakes@gmail.com. Let's talk numbers.
I mean, I would take High Scores High Stakes sponsored by Capcom, brought to you by Capcom. Whatever we can make a ring to it. Anyway, I'm all for that. Anyway, moving swiftly on from the Capcom pitch. Konami, we're going to stay in the Far East.
Okay.
Silent Hill Townfall. Yes. But actually not in the Far East. We're going to go to Scotland.
We're going to go to Scotland, which is just a few miles away. It's not far. It's not far at all.
Honestly, I think this one, I sort of said that Konami have had a bit of a sleeper year, but I mean, they put out Darwin's Paradox as well, which is a great side-scrolling puzzle game. This is part of their mission statement that we're getting a Silent Hill every year. I suppose they're all mainline now. There's at this point, it's all going to be an interweaved kind of narrative. It's not really dependent on Silent Hill, the geography. It's Silent Hill, the thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like an anthology series now, really.
Which only lends itself to be a strong, like, to have a strong backbone now. Because I think, funny enough, I was talking about with people about Silent Hill F, and the big crux of that is, it's just not a Silent Hill game. If it wasn't Silent Hill in the title, it would be even better. And I'm like, come on, like, it's 2026. Get over it.
Yeah, that whole, it's not in Silent Hill, therefore it's not a Silent Hill game. Play the Silent Hill series. That's my only comment on the matter. Very few of them are in Silent Hill.
But this one is we're first. This is am I right in saying this is the first person Silent Hill, aside from the short message?
Apart from the short message, yeah. To my knowledge, well, yes and no. So Silent Hill: The Room, which was the fourth one on PlayStation 2, when you're in the apartment, it is entirely first person. When you climb through the holes and go into the horror moments, then it becomes third person. So essentially, this is the first full Silent Hill title that's going to be
an actual full game, as opposed to... Yeah. I'm intrigued by this one because not only have we got the fog, which I think sells itself, being in the type of setting it is in Scotland, like an island town, effectively. The tones of red throughout that entire game, mixed with that fog, mixed with that static, like they're cooking. They really are.
There's a lot to like here in this trailer. They sort of like reveal like a new stalker enemy. This is another game that, so they've got rid of the radio. The radio static, and they've replaced it with like
CRT TV or something.
It's a CRTV. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. It struck me as Alien Isolation again. A lot.
Yeah, so it's like you can actually actively look at it, and the more static it means the closer you are, but also using it will attract. It's cool. I think a lot of people are adopting this as a mechanic, and I think it's been tried. It works. More of it, please.
I just
like
love
the fact that there's stealth elements to this, and combat should be treated as a last resort.
I just love the fact that where you have a Silent Hill game coming to Scotland, like that is just two words that shouldn't go together. I'm really excited for Townfall. I think it looks really, really, really promising. This is one of those ones, though, I have very little trust in Konami, and I treat all of their games with like, let's wait for reviews. I'll wait for reviews on Townfall, but if it reviews well, it could be a pickup because it's September 24th. So it's a wee bit away from it's away from the noise of October, and it's miles away from Grand Theft Auto.
There's enough of a window when like Silent Hill fanatics will jump on this, and Silent Hill haters. This is the laugh though. Silent Hill haters.
Oh, they'll hate play this.
Like woke Silent Hill players will still buy this day one because they're like, I need to prove that they're wrong.
They'll hate play it, and that can only get us closer to that Silent Hill 3 remake.
That's it. I know, like, we're in this realm at the minute where we're going to get, like, as you say, an anthology of Silent Hills every year. Bloober have been handed the reins of the OGs, like, and they've shown that with 2, they can do it.
Yeah.
I think the franchise is in a good place now, especially after, like, F got such critical acclaim. Not even to say, like, fans, this got critical acclaim. And with, like, 5 or 6 canon endings, it's very... in depth. It's one of the more in depth Silent Hill games that had come out.
Yeah, the Silent Hill is on a roll. Silent Hill 2 was one of the most critically acclaimed games of 2024. Silent Hill F was one of the most critically acclaimed games of last year. So who's to say Townfall might be one of the most critically acclaimed games of this year?
It also could be pants. Who knows?
It could also be absolutely pants. It looks really promising. No, I like the look of it. I like that. Finally, more games. Developers went, do you know what was a really good horror game? Alien Isolation. Let's incorporate some of Alien Isolation into horror games. Let's give this a go. And it looks promising. I'm excited for it.
Are we excited, though, for Ace Combat 8?
No. I mean, no.
It looks great. It looks really good.
It looks fantastic, but it comes out in October.
October 20, yeah.
Like it.
No, 2nd of October. 2nd of October. My O's are zeros here.
but I know Ace Combat has its fans. I do. I know that. But it is a niche audience. And for me, if I was Namco Bandai, I would have held this back till January and give it a bit of clean air, pardon the pun, because it's going to be dry.
I don't know if you're an Ace Combat fan and you're playing Ace Combat and nothing else. I think so. I agree that the window, the 2nd of October, because there's a lot of games in this list that were 2nd of October. It will get drowned. Like for new players, are just going to pass this by.
No, this will be Ace Combat. That looks fun. I'll pick that up whenever, and the people never will. I think of all the games. There's a lot of games coming out late September, October, early November, and I think there's. I'm not going to complain about having a feast of games.
Having too many.
It feels like there's too many, and some of these games are inevitably going to fail. And the one I worry about most from this show is Ace Combat. That's my thought.
I mean, you're 100% right. But one game that I don't think will fail because it has a coming soon date. Ooh. Saber Interactive, Stuntman Hollywood.
We are back, baby.
I've never we've done a couple of watch-alongs for the states of play.
Yes.
And never have we all just kind of went, I saw Saber and went, oh, cool, John Wick. And I saw a car and I went, and you went, it's Fast and Furious. And I went, oh, I wish it was John Wick, or I wish it was Hellraiser. And then the car jumps over the train and then it became Kit.
Yes.
And then it became Death Race.
Yeah.
And then it became the DeLorean. I was just like, man, future. I think it's called it at that first or second transition. And I'm like, I loved Stuntman back in the day on the PlayStation 2. I just think it was brutal. It was hard. As you got progressed further, and it was so hard, but felt rewarding when you were playing it. I'm just like, I like how we're now getting fun games and games that feel like games.
Yes.
And this hit that nail and scratch that itch.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this. I'm really excited for this. I've watched that trailer about 5 times. I love Stuntman. I played Stuntman 1 on the PlayStation 2. Brutally hard. I think it was originally made by Reflections, but if someone wants to fact check that for me, I think it was Reflections that made the original game. The guys who made Driver. And then there was a mobile version of Stuntman. Awful. Played the life out of it though. Won a game. And then the last one that came out was on the PS3, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 2, and that was Stuntman Ignition. Stuntman Ignition. Now I have went back and just sort of watched some YouTube videos of Stuntman Ignition because I can remember quite a bit of it. I remember it being really difficult, but I can't remember the exact ins and outs of it. So it is a learn by failing game. It is a trial and error game. So your mileage may vary on this. But one thing I forgot about Ignition was Ignition give you 5 failures before you had to restart the entire scene. It's just a game that's a video game, and the idea of being a Hollywood stuntman throughout different eras of movie. So you had, as you said, Kit, you had Back to the Future, we had Mad Max or
Death Race, similar vibes.
Death Race, like one of the two, and then you had Fast and the Furious. Just it's wide open to
there was motorbikes as well, doing. So I felt like we were going to get the Great Escape and bits like this. So this is my thought about this, because it's labeled as Stuntman Hollywood. Would they have it's weird when you're doing stunts from the films as such. Can you do film alike, or do you have to get specific licenses for
the set pieces? No, you buy the rights to the movie and you can do whatever you want with it. I don't think that there will be any stunts from the movies, because the trailer opened with a Fast and the Furious, which was kind of replicating the end of Fast and Furious 1.
Part 1. Yeah. With the train.
But it wasn't exactly the same. And then I can't think of a single stunt in Back to the Future, unless you want to count crashing the DeLorean into the stable in Back to the Future 3.
Yeah, so it's going to be like set piece alikes then, is it?
It'll be very much, that we're making a new Fast and Furious. We're making a new Back to the Future.
It'll be like, here's the DeLorean, because the DeLorean is the set piece, but it'll be like Race to the Future or something. It'll just be adjacent.
And then it'll be, we're rebooting Knight Rider, and the pilot needs this and all this here. So I'm really excited for Stuntman. Stuntman is one of those series that should have never disappeared, because it is a pure video game, and they don't have to be big games. I think this is going to be a mid-budget game. I think it's going to be like £40 or £50. I don't think it'd be more than that.
Oh god, if it's the $39.99, I'll buy that all day long. Yeah,
this is a day one, but it was coming soon. It's just an announcement trailer, so it's going to be
I think 27. This is kind of that like triple A. This is like the AA kind of feel that we've been missing and we've been hankering for. And I think it's just like, I think that they've hit a perfect thing with this Hollywood vibe as well. And they've just showcased like stuff that people growing up originally playing Stuntman would know and appreciate, and then it just gave me vibes of the Fall Guy, the Ryan Gosling movie as well, where he's just like the thumbs up, and I'm like, okay, they got a good film. The film did well in box office as well, so why not sort of jump on that? I think maybe it's like a happy coincidence, or maybe they thought, oh, here that had legs, so
I just hope
let's go to the Rolodex of dead IPs.
I really hope to bring back a few of the like extra modes from Ignition as well. Ignition had a really cool director mode where you could create, save your game as a replay and choose the camera angles. That would be fantastic. And I think without it, and then there was, if memory serves me right, I think Ignition had a create your own stunts as well, which was pretty cool.
I think though, in this age of gaming, like that should just be a normal feature. Like
you would imagine so, but yeah, I think that's going to be like a mid-budget game. It's a AA game all day long, but it is I am so excited to play Stuntman again. I am all on.
Do you know what? Though watching that, I remember because I've been clip farming quite heavily our State of Play stream as well, and I've never had us say "let's go" more times than we did in that 90-second trailer for Stuntman. So let's go Stuntman. I'm gonna move on to Cardinal Smith's pick of the entire showcase. It's got a 2027 release on it, and it's called Ill.
Yes.
Ill. The game that I'm pretty sure is the reason why he's not here today, because he would have had to talk about it.
This looks awesome. It looks awesome. It looks
so heavy.
It looks really heavy. So for those who don't know, Ill's a first-person action horror game, and its unique selling point is its physics engine. So it is attempting to be extremely realistic with body deformation. So when you put a bullet through a monster's face, it will realistically deform that monster's face in the way that the bullet would in real life. It looks visually, it looks awesome. It's obviously Unreal Engine 5. And it kind of, the way it moved around, kind of, do you remember that game, Tom, Body Cam?
Yeah.
Which was the ultra realistic. That's what this reminded me of, like a horror version of Body Cam. Now, it looks like it's a AA game. There's no doubt about it, but it looks incredible.
I think it'll be one of those ones that they'll put all their time and effort into how real this engine, like, and how this dismemberment engine is going to work.
Yeah,
that it's going to be like an 8-hour to 10-hour campaign.
Yeah. I think again,
it'll be short, sweet, but it'll be action packed and intense. So terrifying and intense. Exactly.
Yeah, I think
I was looking about this as well. The weapons as well apparently all have like a mechanic built in the game that the more you use them, the more they wear down. So they can jam, they can misfire as well. So it's not resource management as such; it's actually like care into your weapon as well. So weapon cycling is going to be a big thing in this game as well.
Okay, so
it's very much a like.
Kind
do you
of
remember whenever we got like video nasties? That's what that trailer felt like.
That's exactly what it felt like. It was a Doom game. Almost. It felt like a Doom trailer without the rocking background music.
The actual banging soundtrack. Yeah, this you just seem to be a guy who's woke up out of a coma and has just fallen into this situation. Like there's an entity that is deforming and possessing and taking over, live, dead, or otherwise, and he's just fighting his way through this now. So I'm keen to see
what it is, what the game is, rather than the technology behind the game.
Mission statement absolutely achieved in this game, and I think I remember just looking at Cardinal in that Discord call. He just looked on in horror that entire.
He did, yeah.
Like, he's not a horror person. He's a very, very skittish little boy when it comes to that kind of genre. I think he genuinely looked uncomfortable, and I think if that's what Team Clout's intention was for non-horror fans, they've absolutely 11 out of 10 hit that aesthetic.
Yeah, it looks
bonkers. Great. Bonkers. Control Resident followed up after that, and I think that was, I think because of how intense Ill looked.
Yeah,
Resident to me, even though I quite like the Remedy verse and what they've been building over the last couple of years. Nothing that followed Ill was gonna hold my interest. We got a bit more story trailer, and that was about it. And I kind of couldn't tell you what happened in that story.
Yeah, it's a Remedy game, and it looks like a Remedy game. If there's one franchise I've zero interest in, it's Control. I hate it.
Yeah,
Control.
No, you've always had beef with Control. Like it's I get it. It's not the game. It's not a game for you. I don't know if this won't be day one for me. I think Control was very much a grower for me. Okay, it took me a couple of attempts to get into Control. I think Resonant will be a one and done playthrough, but it won't be done this side of 2026. And it's a September 24th.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks exactly how a Remedy game should look.
Yes.
I just think you've got an idea, you've made it bigger. Maybe will we lose what was so good about like Alan Wake and what was good about Control being confined? Will you lose that in a semi-open world Inception like physics mechanic?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a Remedy game. That's all I've got to say about it. It just screams Remedy. And
so I feel bad because it was just in a bad placement in the showcase. I think we just got Stuntman, we just got Ill, and then this was put in. I think because they know that they needed to put a release date on this one.
I think it was to this kind of went into with Stuntman and Ill. You kind of went into the mid tier sort of the AA games, and then this brought it back to AAA. Yeah, and I think that was the point of it. But yeah, the trailer wasn't
honestly it was forgettable.
Trailer.
For me, it was forgettable. We got story beats, and you kind of got a little one of those real life project VTs with in the in-game messages where it's actual live actors and stuff. And I kind of just went, all right, I now know a date for this. Just the trailer didn't grab me, and it's just for how good Ill was prior to it. Sadly.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones. It's just it was a bad trailer, and the one thing I hope Remedy can learn from their partnership with Annapurna is how to make a decent trailer, because that was not it.
No.
What was after that?
What else came after that? Now Marathon is getting Marathon Season 2 effective, or Series 2 had dropped. So it was
out. Yeah, it dropped on the day of
day of the showcase. Now I've played the server slam for Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for me. Sherry really liked it.
He did.
Sherry still really likes to play Marathon as well. I know there's a few Marathon fans sort of dotted in the community. There are dozens of them. Mm-hmm. They do exist. A second season, another server slam, I think, is coming out middle of this month, middle of June.
It's an open play week.
Oh, an open play week.
Open play week, June 2nd to... it's open now till June 9th. So it might
Okay,
be
so
worth.
even
You know
at
what?
time of release.
You don't even need to be a PlayStation Plus member to try that either. So you know what? If you're on the fence of Marathon, I might try that because I really like the look of Marathon, but it's a shooter, and I've no interest in shooters. But I really like
These
the
live
look of it.
action, like live service shooters, are just a bit. They expect everything to land and be perfect, and
It has to land, and it has to be perfect for the game to stand any chance. This is the
that's it. Yeah.
conundrum. But no, I like the look of. I really like the look of Marathon. I think it's a beautiful looking game, and it's a Bungie game, so Bungie don't miss when it comes to gameplay. So if you're on the fence, well, by the time this goes out, it'll be over. So you missed your chance. But no, I might try this over the weekend.
Late, kid.
I might try this over the weekend. In fact, I will. I will try this over the weekend.
Could be worth a try. Like I don't know. I mean, even it's a £35 game.
Yeah.
With I think with Bungie even with Destiny 2 no longer being supported, I think Marathon is now going to have a bit of time and Spotlight to shine and grow now.
As well, it should. I think Sony needs this to be a hit.
Yeah, big time. What else? So I think this is where they usually Sony then announce catalog. All the PlayStation Plus. So we're getting RuneScape.
Yeah, which
I saw it and was just like, can I just have classic RuneScape from the early 2000s? I'd be happy with that.
No one wants RuneScape. So yeah, RuneScape Dragon Wilds, which I think is the newest one. That's launching into game catalog sometime in fall.
Fall 26, and that's coming effectively day one on
it is
PlayStation
day one.
Plus.
It's launching straight into PlayStation Plus catalog, so sometime during the autumn, keep an eye out for that. Next coming up is a bit more exciting. It's a lot more exciting. Let's get to Rayman.
They were quite good at this. They didn't just announce that they were just going to drop in 1 month. So we've got Guitar Man is June, so it'll land this month.
So
PsyOps,
Guitar Man will land the second last Wednesday of the month, which is how it works. So that is coming out in a couple of weeks, and then you have
PsyOps for
PsyOps in July, and then we have I think it's the PSP version, Onimusha Dawn of Dreams, coming August.
That's landing in August as well.
So it's a fairly good catalog of games. They're all really different to one another. One new one good. PsyOps is a good game. I will stand by it. PsyOps, the Mind Gate Conspiracy is a good game. It is no Second Sight, but it's a good game. But Guitar Man is just an all-timer for me. It's fantastic. It's so crazy and it's so bonkers. Everyone should play Guitar Man, and now you can.
I like though that this announcement was quite nice, because usually when they get to the PlayStation Plus stuff and then the classics catalog, they kind of just go like the best example was this time last year when they announced it. No, it would have been 2 years ago for Dino Crisis. They just said Dino Crisis is coming later.
Yeah.
And that was it. They basically just left the classics out in the cold. So I quite like how we've got 3 releases in the space of 3 months there. So
yeah, and they actually showed the games.
Nice, and they're showing, and they have a bit more care and attention to the classics. And I think that they have listened to a bit of backlash from people like us.
Yep, people who actually play the classics. You know,
and then so. The 2 big hitters now. We're coming to the end of the show.
Yep.
Until Dawn 2.
Until Dawn 2 look class.
Now this is the first. So I think we need to dedicate a little bit more time on these ones. Until Dawn 2 came under some hate online.
I just do not understand. I do not understand the hate for it. People are complaining because this is obviously being made not by Supermassive Games, who are currently busy with their Dark Pictures anthology games. It's being made by Firesprite, which took me by surprise, because I could have swore Firesprite closed down. Clearly I was wrong. But this, I don't understand it. This isn't related to Until Dawn. So it shouldn't be called Until Dawn 2. It should be called something else. What sort of complaint is that? So the genre for this, I don't even know how to describe the genre. It is the kids on holiday and meet a mysterious stranger.
Yeah,
that genre of horror.
It's ghost hunters go into an abandoned resort in Southeast Asia.
Island resort. Yeah.
to
make
follow
a TV
up on
series
rumors of of events that have occurred there. It's like the vengeful spirit of some dead woman there. So it's cool though, because it's such a like, they do this all the time, like with The Quarry, with Until Dawn. They have such a star-studded cast, and I think as they've gotten bigger and bigger, they've been afforded a bigger casting in this one. We've got I don't remember the actor's name, and I really, really am sorry. It's Billy from Stranger Things. He's like the lead documentaire. We've also got Isla Fisher as well. Like there was only a wee snippet of her. And then we've got his name is also going to lose me. Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3. He's the kind of really, really unsettling dude with the gun and the perfect teeth and the abs, and he just they're all like,
I know what you're talking about.
He's like, do you know this dude? And everyone's like, no, I have no idea where this guy's come from. But it's gonna have a supernatural element, and I'm hoping we kind of talk. I was half talking to Ghost Kai about this, and I think we're gonna get some kind of Southeast Asian witch lore, and that's going to be what the entity is that sort of it overarches. It seldom is like the main killer, but it's always like the overall thing. And then we've got the Vass type slasher in the woods character as well.
Yeah, which I think the slasher's a red herring.
Oh, 100%.
So it's 100%.
He's going to be equally as a threatening presence, but he's going to be there in a completely different aspect, like, because we do see the first thing, he completely disembowels one of the characters, and I've never seen a trailer go so hard on actively showing you all of the character deaths, the bad decisions being made. That splat for poor Luke. It looks like it has it all. I don't get the hate for it. It's not related to the first one, as if people have never heard of horror anthology series before. It's as if this is a new concept. It's not. It's been around since cinema. And then it's the Dr. Hill thing as well, and
Peter
it's just that, can you do what needs to be done? I think Dr. Hill as a character had more to give. I don't think he really got an awful lot. Like, he drives a few of the points in Until Dawn 1, but I think we talked about this when we did The Quarry and a few other games. He's there like the curator. He's there like as a means to drive the story and to kind of push you into going, oh, you made that decision. That was a pretty bad choice there, dude.
Yeah, he gives you just enough information on what's coming up, the chapter coming up ahead, and he gives you enough rope to make the wrong decision.
I think it looked great. I liked how even the title card, we've gone from the first one being that black, or like that deep blue and icy color, to like this genuinely looked like sunshine. Like, there was a comment we had on our YouTube video and went, this is so far detached from Until Dawn, it should never be called Until Dawn. It's like, well, would you rather it be called like Banged Up Abroad or something like that? Because I don't get the hate. I really don't get the hate.
I don't understand
this. It looks beautiful. It will play beautiful. Fire Sprite are going to smash this. They wouldn't be given this. They wouldn't be given the chance to do this if Sony didn't think they can achieve greatness with this game.
Yeah, it's just the hate for it is just so manufactured. It's bonkers. It's just symptomatic of gaming discourse online currently. It's just hate everything for hating everything's sake, and that sentiment brings us on to the next game as well, because this next game has got an active hate campaign behind it. The final game of the show, which is God of War, Laufey.
Do you know what? Whatever. I kind of thought, I thought to myself, do we need this? And the longer I've been reading through it and stuff, so like, we'll talk about the premise and the characters and everything that's going to kind of come up in the game and where it might take the franchise, because this puts the franchise in a really, really good. If they can nail this, it puts the franchise in for future installments for Kratos and for Laufey in a very strong position. I've lost my train of thought. No, this game looked incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible. Yes, we got 20 minutes. We got effectively the first 20 minutes of the game.
What we presume
at least anyway. So it sets up
of the game.
It sets up with Kratos carrying the body on the funeral pyre as they're burning. Her essence goes off into the heavens, but then rematerializes in another plane.
Yeah, like purgatory for God, purgatory.
Effectively, yeah.
So as she wakes up and she has no idea what's going on. This seems like a really interesting. It seems the premise for it is super interesting. Where it's like original God of War combat in the modern God of War engine, and it's really interesting. Like in the aerial combos and stuff, they took great pride in showing off. And I don't know what you call the gelatinous cube, but he has a name.
Frank, spelled with a PH and a Q.
Is that his name?
PHRANQUE. Frank.
Frank, incredible. Yeah, he is your Atreus in this game, effectively, but he seems to play a bigger role without you having to tell him to attack. So he's
completely sentient. Yeah, he just will do it as is intended to defend Faye in this instance. Yeah,
it looks incredible. Like, it looks absolutely stunning. Like, from the moment it came on screen, I was transfixed to it. It just looks every ounce of Sony Santa Monica game. It just looks so good. Like,
yeah, like the laugh was, I kind of half remembered what the original point I wanted to make was. Like, you know, like throughout 2018 God of War and Ragnarok by extension, Faye, Laufey, whatever, has this like aura and respect and like put on a pedestal by every character who she's affected. All of these characters within Kratos' like circle, you know, he begrudgingly then accepts all their help, but they all were aware of her and everything that she did. And like even characters that you meet along the way are like, oh she died, oh dear, that like, and they all had some sort of impact on her. Santa Monica told us really, really wonderful story about her without ever actually putting her in the game. They kind of expand on her ever so slightly in Ragnarok, like with a few flashback missions. I, for the longest time, was sitting there going, do we need this? Do we need to like pull the veil? And now that I've seen the gameplay, I'm like, yeah, you know, tell me this story. I want to see, like, we don't need to see flashbacks and stuff, but I want to see what happens after for her.
Yeah, it's a funny one because I think if the combat had looked, the combat looks really interesting in this game because it looks like the original game with elements of the modern saga in it, with like the sort of ripostes and the dodges and all.
Like she's a completely like it'll have a familiar like attack and heavy attack and dodge and parry and all that, but because she's such a different fighting style and a play style, it's going to feel, I think this will be a game that just feels alien. I think Santa Monica's brief was, this is not a new IP, but it will play like a new IP.
It will feel like a new one. And it looks completely different to the combat system, just looks completely different to what we got in Ragnarok. It looks really, really, really promising. But of course, the online discourse for this game is, oh, they've just, you know, gender switched the main character, and who wanted a God of War with a woman, and all that usual
people are accusing
nonsense.
Santa Monica of like turning their back on Kratos, and like, why we got a game that doesn't have Kratos in? Like, what are you trying to pull, Santa Monica? And it's just like, I honestly, even the stupid things of like, they're taking screenshots out of context with Deborah and Wolf. And saying, oh, they've aged her, they've done her dirty. And I'm sitting there going like, and this actually, I thought about this after we streamed as well, because when she wakes up, she's kind of like, not old as such, but when she's like, just as she wakes up, she's like a little bit haggard, aged.
Yeah.
But when she comes to, she gets like nearly to her young self.
I mean, she's dead at the start.
Yes, I know, but it was very much like it was a moment that I kind of didn't realize. Like, it didn't realize it was happening until like a second watch back, and I went, "That's really cool," and it looked awesome. From like, she's gone from dying at her time to probably what she was in her form that she was most known for.
Yeah, and there was a load of great touches. Like, a lot of the positive discourse around the game is there's a bit in the trailer where she sees Kratos in like the wagon she wakes up in, and then he disappears, and someone somewhere has went, I wonder if that's the bit where Thor kills Kratos and then brings him back to life, and they've synced them, and it's perfect.
It does open an opportunity because we're taking that 20 minutes in a presumption that that's the opening of the game, and then that's where 2018 diverges. But obviously, with the afterlife and everything, time is a little bit iffy. So I think we're gonna have more crossover with Kratos than people are gonna realize, because there's at least, off the top of my head, at least 6 moments over the 2 games where Kratos definitely kind of beckoned to her and stuff. So I think if Santa Monica pull this off, which I've no doubt they will, we're gonna have this incredible like crossover without it being a crossover.
Yeah.
We'll bridge those moments in time between 2018 and Ragnarok. This also brings me on to that other point, because you said it as well, that this is like the waiting room, the purgatory of, like, it's not just Norse pantheon. Nope. It's all pantheon.
It's all the pantheon. So yeah, it could be really, really interesting. I would love to see them limit it to Norse, Greek, and just bring back some of the fan favorite characters of the gods.
It would be quite good to see, actually, because it seems to be the Everwen, I think it's called, is very much a Mad Max kind of dystopian. He who is the strongest rules this wasteland, basically. And I think it's been confirmed now that the 2 main gods is the Egyptian god of war and the Mongolian god of war. So I'm cool. Cool is all I'll say here.
And just as a sort of closer on it, I love this the golden hand thing where she pushes the spirit out of the body of the enemy,
and she can like detach them and then fight the spirit effectively. Yeah,
send them on their way.
Good. It's got, like, we've got a absolutely stacked cast as well. So I can't remember the name of the sword, because the sword has the ribbons. It's the ribbons of the sword has its own voice actress as well.
Yes, it does.
Jack Quaid plays the gelatinous cube Frank, and Deborah Ann Wolfe as well, who we know smashed it out of the park for Faye in both games, at least anyway. I'm gonna give David Jaff some grief, because I feel as if he's the one spearheading this discourse.
Yeah, David Jaff engages in far too much negativity on the internet.
But he does it purely because he's sad and hurt that God of War it's not the God of War I remember.
Yeah, that's because you made it 26 years ago, David.
Get over it. That's it. Like, I think this is one of the showcases that I think we've all been yearning for. We were saying it on Twitch as well about this, that this is the first time in a long time that we've had definitive dates, definitive months. There's no, like, very few pushbacks on games. There's none of this coming soon wish list now. It's, in development.
Yeah.
Lots of known entities and lots of confirmed end dates.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was a
joy.
It was a really good show. Like, it was the strongest Sony show on donkeys. It was really, really, really top to bottom good. Very few down moments, very few moments where you're like, let's move us on a wee bit here. There was none of it. All the trailers were perfectly lengthed, perfectly paced. It was a very good show. The thing that makes it, so good is a lot of these games, like the vast majority of these games, look great. Like pretty much every game shown looks really, really, really good, and it set a really high bar for me for the rest of Summer Games Fest. I look forward to the actual Summer Games Fest show to see more of some of the games we've seen tonight. I'm pretty sure we'll see some of the games that are closer to release. We'll see actual gameplay and stuff.
Exactly.
And it leaves Microsoft with a big job to do on Sunday night.
And to close out the show effectively. Yeah.
So it's interesting. I love the way Sony always go to pick first, because that's peak excitement. It's the first one.
They have to. They set the standard, and then, by the time this episode releases, Friday's Summer Game Fest was or wasn't a great success.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. But I think we scored this on the stream. Has it changed your mind, Annie?
I think it was an A+. It was like an A+ for me.
I think I give it an A on the stream. I'm going to stick with an A, but it's a very, very, very good A.
A lot of strong strong new IPs, very strong new IPs, and that's what I think I'd like to see. As much as I like a good remake, I love a good remaster, but I also like new blood.
Yeah,
and there's lots of new blood.
It was a really good mixture of new games, new IPs, old IPs coming back, and it was just a really darn good, a really good time. I really enjoyed watching it with Cardinal on Twitch. But yeah,
plus even like the development cycles as well. Now that like the showcase is finished and you get to like see what the developers are like, oh, now we can talk about this. Now it's been released. Like some of the turnaround in some of these games hasn't been very long in the grand scheme of things. I think Firesprite, they talked about, I guess it's not coming out until 2027, but relatively 3.5-4 years.
Yeah.
They've worked on that, and it's pretty much at this point, it's going to be pretty much a finished product. It's going to be just iron stuff out until maybe February.
It's done. Yeah. The game looks done. Maybe like Sony, we've changed the industry with 4-player becoming less standard, 3-player becoming the main standard. Maybe we've been banging on about this for years, about the need for this middle tier of game, and it finally looks like they're listening to what the market actually wants, rather than trying to force things down our throat. They're actually
in these 8-year developments now, you've got maybe a few of them that sit in some of this like development hell, really, but
they seem to be good. I can live with games coming out once every 3 years. I can live with that, or once every 2 years if it's a really low budget game. Just give us games. That's all we want. We've got too many now. We're eating good. This autumn is stacked. And I have no doubt that once Grand Theft Auto drops, we're going to get nothing else the rest of the year because everyone's terrified. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there's going to be hard decisions.
We'll have such a good surplus from August, September, October, that by the time GTA 6 comes out and the people who don't get it day one, and there'll be a few, there'll be enough in this summer, late summer, early fall period to sate us until end of bloody Q1 27, I think, as well.
I think we'll have enough here to do us until this time next year, no doubt in my mind. So just before we leave the chat, Tomahawk, pick one game. If you could only pick one game from the show, which one are you picking? Let's make a hard decision. Which one are you picking?
It's a really hard decision. I've got... I think it's going to be The Lost Wild,
Okay.
It's the one that I think has the most sort of replayability and has the most of a sense of familiar, but also a sense of like, when you get told like you either like fire trucks or dinosaurs or being an astronaut, and then that's the thing that you stick with for your entire life.
Yes.
That dinosaurs, that's been basically the thing. Just give me more dinosaur games. I happily play them.
Yeah.
Ill was a very close second, but Ill, I think, will have a very like desensitization period that will quickly wash off.
I think so. Yeah. I was also gonna say, what's it called? Sorry.
The Lost Wild.
The Lost Wild. I was going to say The Lost Wild as well, but since you've done that, I'll go for something slightly different. Yeah, I am going to go for Stuntman Hollywood. I'm just really excited about Stuntman coming back. I think we need this.
Kings of the showcase.
We absolutely need this game. And yeah, honorable mention for Tokon as well.
Phantom Blade, I think, is going to be my honorable mention, only because I've harped on about it every showcase for the last 3 years.
Tokon comes out really soon, and I'm super excited for it. So, that's our picks of the show. So why not? If you're still listening to us ramble on, tell us in the comments, what are your picks? What's your one pick from the show? If you could only play one of these games, which one is it and why? Leave a wee comment for us. And whilst you're writing that, we'll cook up the wrap-up section for you as well. Let's go. And that is it, Tomahawk. Another episode all wrapped up. And another Sony Summer Showcase all wrapped up. Until next year, really. and then the circus wraps
September.
up.
Usually we get one in October, but...
It's always a smaller scale affair. It's nothing quite
it's always, like here's what's in the pipeline.
Season.
Yeah, there's never anything major.
Yeah, this is like Gamer Christmas. So it is the autumn ones, usually things we've already seen. And then they just start to cycle over and over again. But yeah, no, that was a really good show. really good stream as well, to be fair. I thought I had a lot of fun recording that stream with you and Cardinal. It's not very often the three of us can get together, especially not for a live thing like that.
Exactly.
But we did, and we had a ball watching it. It flew by. That hour and 10, an hour and 15 minutes absolutely flew by. Much like this episode, there's nothing better in this world than just talking positively about games. See the amount of discourse that I see on X or whatever, and it just boils my blood of just, we are drowning in a sea of incredible game after incredible game, and people on the internet are just picking one thing of all these games and then just running with it, and it just becomes, your algorithm just becomes flooded with negativity about God of War having a woman.
It's a laugh. It is a case of who can shout the loudest, and that seems to just be the negativity that shouts the loudest. But the proof will always be in the game. And I think we said it earlier. People will rage buy this game just to be proven right.
Yeah.
And they'll end up loving the game. Well, they'll say that they don't like the game, but they will.
But they'll platinum it. Yeah, it's just, I would much rather spend an hour and a bit talking positively about games we're genuinely excited to play. And that's what we're trying to build here. We're trying to build like a little island of positivity.
A little pocket of positivity is right.
So if you haven't left that comment already, leave a comment. What's the one game you're most looking forward to of that lineup? And whilst you're typing that comment, I'll take you through the housekeeping just one last time. Okay, so if you're listening to this on a podcast platform, make sure you give us a little rating, 1 star to 5. If you think we're worth, that's what we get. If you want to leave us a written review on that podcast platform, that does the algorithm a lot. It does a lot to get us in front of new eyes and new ears. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, that little bell icon. And if you're feeling particularly frisky, hit that hype button, and let's see if we can get these videos hyped, and a few more eyes on that as well. If 1 hour-ish a week of High Scores High Stakes content isn't enough to fill your week, head on over to highscoreshighstakes.com. There you'll find every episode we have ever done in video format, and there you'll find a review for every game we've ever had a challenge in as well. Plus there is more content coming from that, and an absolute website redesign, because the thing is collapsing upon itself, and I'm not too sure why. But it is. When I have time, I'll take a look at it, I'll fix it, I'll redesign it. But a redesign is coming. More stuff is coming from that website, highscoreshighstakes.com. And with all of that being said, the last thing I need to say is, if you want to support us, the best way, the easiest way, is by just hitting that share button and putting us into your group chat with a friend or a family member who you think will like High Scores High Stakes. And with all that being said, Tomahawk, we've talked enough. The people have listened enough. I am really excited to read the comments of all the games that everyone's looking forward to playing. But I have nothing left to say except I'm Mr. Love Lover. This has been High Scores High Stakes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Monday. Love you. Bye.
Bye.